Tony Blair has said that Starmer should have backed the US right from the very start of the Iran war. Although, being a warmonger, he probably would say that, wouldn't he? But he's criticised the government's response to the Iran conflict. He's saying that Britain should absolutely have supported the United States from the very beginning. Blair warned that when dealing with a key ally like America, hesitation risks damaging the alliance. His intervention, of course, puts fresh pressure onto Keir Starmer amid growing tensions between London and Washington. Now, Blair was speaking at an event hosted by Jewish News. Blair said that Britain should have backed the United States from the very beginning. He said that the US remains the cornerstone of Britain's security. Blair said that when an ally asks for support, particularly during a crisis, the response should be clear. In his words, if the US is an indispensable partner, then Britain must be prepared to stand with it when the situation becomes difficult. Now, of course, this criticism comes after Starmer's initial refusal to allow US to launch strikes from Iran on British territory. The Prime Minister argued that he did not support what he described as a regime change from the skies. His hesitation was partly based on legal concerns, he said. I think it's more cowardice and the politics of not upsetting Muslim voters. Some ministers were reportedly reluctant to support American military actions so quickly, even after he changed his mind. But apparently, and I've reported it before, John Healey was jumping up and down and absolutely insisting that they had to go. Now, US President Donald Trump obviously reacted very sharply to the delay. His publicity machine geared up into action and basically humiliated Starmer almost immediately, especially with the president outright criticising him, and said he was disappointed by the response and said, "We're not dealing with Winston Churchill here, are we?" And of course, this criticism came after Washington requested permission to use UK-linked facilities, including the base at Diego Garcia. And of course, now it's with that permission granted, it's going to make it very difficult for the Chagos deal to go through, and I think the president's going to put the kibosh on it. But anyway, the government then authorised the operations from UK bases. But Starmer said these missions should be carried out for specific defensive purposes. And then, of course, we got attacked. And so legally, we can go on the offensive as well. But Starmer is still vacillating because he hates the idea of, oh no, we're attacking a Muslim country. Even though it's bombed us, we're attacking a Muslim country. Oh, the Muslims in Britain won't vote for us. Son, the Muslims in Britain aren't voting for you. Partially, you're a wanker. And secondly, they're all voting for the Greens now. You've lost the Muslim vote. You might as well go and bomb a Muslim country. You're not going to lose any more votes. Anyway, Blair's comments are likely to reopen the old divisions inside the Labour Party. Many members still strongly oppose the 2003 war of Blair's ego, where Blair basically forced the lies to come out about the dossier of bullshit and the weapons of mass destruction, which cost David Kelly his life. And I still don't believe that Kelly took his own life. I think he was murdered. But that will remain an open question for a long time, I suspect. But of course, that actually ultimately cost over 1 million Iraqis their lives. All that blood can be laid at Blair's door. In my view, Blair is actually a war criminal, but that's just my view. Unfortunately, that doesn't count for much these days. It never did. Anyway, Blair insisted supporting the US is ultimately about protecting Britain's own security. He argued that alliances are not tested when circumstances are easy. They are tested during moments of crisis. To be honest, I agree with him on that one. I hate agreeing with him, but he is right. But Starmer's approach reflects the delicate political balancing act of not being seen to launch on a Muslim country when you're trying to destroy Britain and allow Muslims to take over. But there we go. The row highlights really the broader debate over Britain's role in global security. Personally, I think, we've got to accept that we're not the empire anymore. We should just pull back and just stop trying to pretend that we're an important country anymore. We're not. But let's do it by not fucking our country over, by having socialists in charge who are determined to destroy us for everything we have achieved. Hey-ho. I hate the idea of agreeing with Blair, but I'm rather afraid I have to. Kind of shitty, isn't it? Let me know what you think. Thanks a lot. Bye.